Thank you, but ill. Please click that like, share, subscribe, people, subscribe. Hi people, welcome back to my YouTube. It is your girl Honey. Welcome back people, welcome back. So those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel, Honey. I am a astrologer based in the UK, in London to be specific, and I conduct astrology readings on my website, honeysastro.com. I also have a podcast. I do lots of different things actually. Alright, so look, I've literally had to make this video, and it's not relatable to me now because obviously I've been with my partner for about 2.5, coming up to 3 years soon. But I should have made this video years ago. So here's the tea that us astrologers, especially content creator astrologers, experience. Just being us. Now, when I was single, I had a really hard time finding love. Being an astrologer is not easy, you know, and trying to get into a relationship, because some people go through a stage, and I definitely went through this stage 100%, where I was like, you know what, I can't date anybody, you know, who doesn't believe in this or speak my language. Like I felt like I had to be with someone who was so interested, you know, in astrology. Didn't work out that way. But you don't have to find someone who's into as much as you are. There can be a little minor interest, but don't make that your deciding factor when you are picking your spouses. Now let me just take you down memory lane, into my memory, into my brain, people. The things that I went through as a single woman. I was single for 6.5 years before I met my partner. I was dating, as I do, Venus and Pisces, honey, yes, we date. I would speak to different guys, I'd meet different people, I'd have dates and stuff, and I was doing a lot of my dating online. I am a Venus in the 11th house, so we do date online quite frequently in very unconventional situations. I remember this Aquarius guy, I was just chatting to him, but I didn't know he was Aquarius. Good looking guy, you know, looked very casual, laid back, you know, black and grey jumpers, yeah. Anyway, we exchanged numbers, we got on, and we had one conversation. I was probably on the phone to him for about 5 minutes, if that. Conversation, I can feel that there was just an energy block between us, but I'm okay with that because I'm quite relaxed in who I speak to, who I don't speak to. But I can see on his side, he was a bit wary of who I was. He asked me, so what do you do?
And I said, I'm a content creator.
And he was like, oh yeah, what kind of content do you create? So I said to him,
oh, I just do conversations, you know, just about general trending topics.
Now I have 3 YouTube channels. This is my main one. And I have 2 others, one that I'm still building, the other one that I don't really use that frequently. He found my main one, didn't he? He was like, oh, so you do astrology, yeah?
I do, yep.
Yeah, so man's not really on astrology like that, you know. I just don't think it's relatable.
Okay, fair enough.
Guess my sign though.
Aquarius.
When you hear an Aquarius talk, you know that's an Aquarius. They're so rebellious. It's like they even rebel speaking. They rebel having a voice. They rebel identifying with anything. Therefore, speaking to them, you just know, because they don't even want to be on the phone to us, to anybody, you know? He was so surprised that I knew he was an Aquarius. He didn't know how to take it. He goes,
okay, well, you know, I wish you all the best, you know, we'll chat soon, whatever.
And I was just like, what a weird guy. Like, how weird do you have to be? Infuriates me that people judge me because, okay, I choose to do astrology, or I choose to do psychology, or I choose to learn more about me and learn more about other people, to understand. Because that's what we're doing, we're understanding people. Oh my God, the other thing that we do that is so annoying is the second you meet someone is you gotta ask for that birth time. You have to ask for that birth time. And I stopped doing it for a while. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it no more. I'm just gonna leave it and just see how things go. And I did. You never rely solely on astrology to give you that defining answer of, you know, whether someone is right for you or not. You need to kind of take that step and take the risk, but it all depends on how in tune you are with your relationship requirements, your emotional needs. So when I met my boyfriend a couple of years ago, I didn't ask for his birth time. I asked him what sign he was. He said Gemini. I said, okay, cool.
Yes, people, I'm dating a Gemini and it's going very well. I'm a Gemini rising, he's a Sag moon.
It wasn't until we started talking a lot more and I got his information. So when I started to kind of talk to him, and we had a very communicative relationship to begin with, and that's where I started to look into, oh, you know, he's got that going on, he's got this, he's got that, he's got this. I started to look into it a bit more then to see whether I would like to be with him in the long term or not. So listen, yeah, those of you who keep on asking me, how do I ask this guy or this girl her birth time? I had to learn and I mastered it. Like before I would tell people what I do in terms of like astrology, I would ask people, say, do you know what time you were born? You know, ask your mum, see what she says. Like you might have been born the same time as me, you know, like we might have a stronger connection. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I would literally just throw it in like a joke. And I would bring it up again like later on, you know, I just wanted to see. And then there's those ones who don't want to believe you or have any interest in astrology whatsoever, but they make a joke out of it. Like people call you Mystic Meg. Oh, what's going on, Mystic Meg?
You know, tell me what's in the stars for today. You know, I argue with my mum today. What's going on with that?
Like, why are you expecting me to tell you what, like, you tell me. I'm getting to know you, so you tell me. How open are you gonna be with me is the question. Why am I having to dig deep to figure out who you are? This is the stuff that used to infuriate me so much. You're like, people always think that you have all the answers, but you also don't know if people are actually taking you serious or they're expecting you to tell you something that only they know about themselves. But we're dating, so we're getting to know each other. So I would like to give you the opportunity to tell me about you rather than me have to dig deep and tell you about you. Oh my gosh, this is the most weirdest one because I've gone through this quite a few times. And a lot of astrologers I know have also experienced this, but when you're someone who's a content creator, so you are on social media, you've got YouTube, you're on Instagram or Twitter, and you have a public profile, you are looked up to by certain people as being informative, as being knowledgeable, whatever it might be. People look up to you. But remember, this is a Neptunian world. Like social media is very Neptunian. It's also a bit Aquarius because it's so weird. Boundaries get broken a lot. I have had some weird propositions from middle-aged old men in their late 40s, 50s. Not that that's an old age, but in comparison to my age, why would you think that's okay? You know, why would you be messaging me how you feel about me, what things you want to do to me, all this nasty shit? Like, it's gross. And it's so like why would you feel okay with that? You know what I know? It's always Taurus men. Oh my God. Like, I don't know why Taurus older guys always hitting me up, leaving creepy comments under my photos. It's weird, you know, the most sexiest astrologer ever. I'm like, thank you, but ill. People think that because you're on social media and you're out there, you're available, but you're like a fantasy to them. And that's not me being big-headed, because it happens to a lot of people. And even after you do a reading for someone, oh my gosh, because you now know them so well, based on their chart, they're in awe with, oh my God, this person knows me so well. Oh my God, like I might just try and make a move with them. But yeah, I get a lot of creeps, man. So like astrologers, people who do readings, they suddenly overstep a boundary after the whole experience. It's weird. Alright, so what about like you have like an ex that comes back, you know, and your ex wants to talk to you about astrology.
Oh, what's going on in the stars for me today, honey? Oh, what's going on, great astrologer? Oh, Mystic Meg, what's going on? Tell me.
And like that shit used to piss me off, and I will never forget, yeah, when an ex of mine, like we broke up and, you know, there was nothing else to talk about, it was done. But you want to hit me up about, oh, can I have a reading? Okay, pay me then. Yeah, fucking pay me. And he was like, why should I pay you? What do you want a reading for? Like, why come to me? There's so many good astrologers out there. Why me? Why? I know you too well. Like, anyway, I don't like that people feel entitled to a service that you have spent so much years to perfect. to a point where you can start charging people. The entitlement from ex-partners to come to you because, oh, you're a mystic person, let me get a reading from you. Yeah, like dating and being an astrologer can be really difficult, man. Like you're someone who wants to understand yourself, yeah, and other people. But there's people out there who don't want to see the mirror. They want to hide away from who they are, you know, from psychology, from hiding away from astrology. And to you, it's like, well, I need something that's a bit more meaningful, that has more depth, and you ain't giving that to me, bro. There can be a lot of changes going on, and if you're very lucky to find someone who is just as into it as you are, listen, that is so hard to find. Like, unless you're involved in the community. But I find, like, if you're someone who's straight, yeah, like a lot of straight guys are not interested in seeing, you know, astrology and who they are. And one of the other most annoying things people do is when they ask you, okay,
So what do you do for a living? I'm like,
I'm a content creator, astrologer, all of that stuff.
and they're like,
oh, does that pay the bills then?
Bitch, yes it does. It also paid for 8 holidays.
it pays my bills, thank you. How dare you even ask that? It's just annoying that people think that it's impossible for you to be financially comfortable, for some people even rich, to not have, because you've chosen to provide a service to people. I'm a businesswoman, not just astrology that I do. That's my passion. So I always lead with that, or content creating. But people always think, yeah, you know, honey, oh, you just do that, so you can't be making money. Bitch, if you knew. That is the worst about dating and being an astrologer. Like, it is real tough out here in these streets. People just don't seem to understand the struggle that we go through, the astrologer struggle. Right, so I will see you guys next time, people. See ya.